Hey guys, what's going on? It's Marlene. How is your Tuesday going? Hope everybody is well. I hope all is well. Yes, guys, let me remove this banner just to say hi. See how you guys are doing. Let me remove it. Hi, welcome, guys. Hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are doing great. Hey, Edward. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you. Hey, AJ, about justice. So glad to see you. How are you doing? I'm really happy you guys are here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Hey, Kiva, what's going on? You're listening while you're driving? Yeah, just checking in on you guys. I had a few minutes before I got the rest of my stuff going. You know how life is so busy. Yes, it's so busy. I just wanted to check in on you guys. What's going on? What are you guys up to today? Guys, up to anything special? I hope you're having a great day. You're not letting anybody irritate you. I know how that goes, especially if you guys are employed secularly and you're just trying your best to provide for you and your family. I know it's difficult. So just wanted to encourage you guys for a little bit. See how you guys are doing. See how you are mentally, emotionally, because that's really important to check in on yourself. You're working, Edward. Well, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. It's important to check in on your mental status too sometimes, because a lot of times we get so busy in providing for our family that we don't even check in on ourselves. So I'm just doing a check in. What's up, guys? I'm so glad to see you. I've been pumping out the content for you guys. I hope you guys have been appreciating that. I just posted my blog, Drive Along with Me to Sarasota. So that's available for you guys to watch. Yes. Oh, you're just making food and listening while you cook? Awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, so that video is available. And I also posted a video on Monday. I'm just trying to get into a routine for you guys so you guys will know when everything will be available on my channel. And I got a new thing that's going to be coming on the channel really soon. You guys will see that preview video. I believe it's Friday or Saturday. So look forward to getting that. But I just wanted to tell you guys, if you guys don't have the encouragement from anybody else, today I'm going to come with your encouragement for you to just be yourself. And remember that nobody else is taken. You have to be happy with yourself. You have to be happy with who you are. And it's not based on what other people think of you, what your family or your job or anybody else wants from you. You have to just be yourself. Everybody else is taken. Just be happy with who you are. And it doesn't matter what you're going through. A lot of times we will be unhappy with our life because we're having difficulty, but that does not stop you from loving yourself wherever you are in your journey in your life. Enjoy the journey. I think that's important to say. We have to enjoy the journey wherever we are in our lives. We got to enjoy no matter what you've been through. And a lot of us have been through a lot of things in our life. Isn't that true? We've been through so many difficulties, so many things that can stress us out, break us down, make us feel some type of way. But remember, never stop being yourself. Never compare yourself to anybody else. Smile. And even if nobody else smiles back, we have to learn to be happy with ourselves. So wherever you are in your life, whatever you're struggling with today, here is your encouragement from me to keep being yourself, to put a smile on your face, to also learn to be patient with yourself. And that's one of the things that I find to be the most difficult in the world, to be patient with myself. We become impatient with ourselves because we want certain things when we want it. We want, come on, let's get it. What when it comes to our money, relationships, a job. You know, you're trying to do so much in your life, but sometimes you just need to slow down. And also, sometimes you need to slow down with people in your life, like people who are taking from you or trying to pull from you because they may not be good for you. Not everybody who is in our life is good for us, they're not healthy for us. Some people are just toxic. Do you hear me when I say that? Some people are toxic and they will drain you in every way. Drain, take, pull from your finances, from you emotionally, from you spiritually, and you just can't take anymore. And sometimes you just feel like you're at your breaking point. And before it gets to the point where you have a breaking point, you gotta pull away, focus in on yourself, and ask yourself some questions. How am I doing? Am I doing okay? Am I getting the things that I need? Maybe you just need a timeout. Maybe you need to go take a bubble bath, get some relaxation. Hey, GA girl, how are you? It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well in your family. Yes, be happy with ourselves. This is a wonderful, encouraging word. Yeah, Kiva. So many people. I see it, and it's not just you would think it would I would be talking to young people like 10 to 17 years old, but it's not true. So many people, adults in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, they never get to the point in their life where they are happy with themselves. We got to learn to be happy with who we are, and we have to learn to just be ourselves. Hey, Juba. Hey, Juba. It's so good to see you. I'm so proud of you, brother. You're doing so well with your lessons. Keep going. You're hanging in there. Well, sometimes that's all that we can do. Sometimes all we can do is hang on and trust in the process and just keep going, because some people just get discouraged and give up, but never give up. Whatever you want to do in your life, you can do it. And I'll tell you guys, sometimes the reason why things are working out for us is because we're surrounding ourselves by the wrong people. Some people are not good for us in our life. We want people who are toxic to turn around and be good for us. But toxic and positive, they don't go together. They don't blend. They don't mesh well. So we got to look around sometimes at people in our life and say, you need to go, you need to go, you need to go. You're not good for me. This situation isn't good for me. Maybe I need to cut back on my hours. Maybe I need to do this. But we got to listen to ourselves sometimes. And sometimes that's why our health can get affected, or we can have a mental or an emotional breakdown because we're not allowing ourselves to just be. Sometimes you need to just be by yourself. Sometimes you have a period of time where you just need to focus in on doing some things that you want to do. Maybe there's something that you want to do that you haven't told anybody. Maybe it's doing some traveling. Maybe it's opening your business. Whatever it is that you want to do, even if nobody else is seeing and supporting you in your hopes and your dreams, don't worry about them. They don't matter. They don't need to be around you, because they're not feeding and pulling and pushing love into you. And that's what we need. We need people to not only do things nice for, but we have to also receive back. And that's really part of loving ourselves as well. We have to learn to love ourselves enough to know that some people need to go. Yes, GA girl. Some people need to go out of our life because they're toxic to us. Thank you, Edward. I appreciate that. Yes, not everybody who is in our life is good for us. And I can testify that sometimes the people who are the worst people in our lives is those who are related to us by blood. Not everybody, because we're related by blood, does not mean that they are supposed to be in our life. It doesn't mean that they're helpful to us. So we have to learn that just because we may love people, it doesn't mean they love us back. We all deserve to be loved back. We all deserve to be treated right, to be respected. And if people in your life aren't doing that, maybe you need to pull away from them. Pull away, back away, delete numbers, stop answering texts. Sometimes we feed into that negativity too. We feed into it because we allow people to say stupid things to us, say things that make us not feel good, like, oh, you didn't do that already? When, where were you? Where are you when I'm making my money, telling you how to handle your financial situation or your spiritual situation or whatever you have going on? People love to give advice, right? But where are they when you need your support? Where are they when you have a bill to pay? But see, it's about the action. It's easy to say that you love somebody. It's easy to say that you care about somebody, but where is it in the action? Where is it when you're not having a good day? Where is it when you need someone to speak to open up your heart and to say how you really feel? If those type of people are not giving you love back, then you got to step away from them because you don't need that in your life. And it's a lesson that I'm learning too as well. It's not something that I'm just saying to you guys. I'm working on, loving myself more. And I think that's something that each of us have to work on. We each have to work on loving ourselves more, trusting ourselves more, respecting ourselves more. Because I believe when we are younger, we're always taught to give to other people, to be there to support other people. But how many times are you giving back that same type of love, that same type of support, the same type of respect that you're putting out? So it's also part of loving yourself and being yourself, is letting people know what you're going to accept. And you have to let people know, I don't accept your foolishness. I don't want to hear if you only come to me with negativity, if you only come to me with certain things. See, we got to learn that, we're human beings, we're spirits, and we have to get our spirits revived, recharged, renewed. And if people are only taking and pulling from you, it's going to affect you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. It's just going to keep hitting you and taking from you. And you don't need that. You don't need that. And don't wait until you're bankrupt in every aspect before you realize. We got to realize how much we are worth. And we are worth a lot. We are deserving of the best of everything. We have potential within us. All of that, all of it. And the more that we realize that, is the more that you can move towards whatever it is that you want to do in your life. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it if you surround yourself by the right people, the people who are actually doing things, people who are actually positive, people who are actually supportive and encouraging, people who may not want to do what you do, but they're there to support you. They're there to understand you. And even if they don't believe or have the same belief system as you, but they allow you to be yourself. And we have to understand that not everything is just because we are on the same agreement all the time that we feel that that's the only people that we can listen to. No, that's how you grow. That's how you become a better person. We got to learn to widen our perspective, widen your perspective, and just be yourself and allow other people to be their self. Allow people to talk the way they talk, to be whatever personality they are. See, we always want to change people into being who we want them to be. But what about allowing people the freedom to spread their own wings and fly? What about that? I don't think enough people do that. Hey, Simple Things. How are you? It's so good to see you, sis. How are you doing today? Yes, it's so important for us to allow other people to be themselves just how we want to be ourselves. We have to also allow people to be themselves. And It's not in a negative way, because sometimes it comes across in a negative way that we are accepting of other people. But acceptance means that you let people be who they are, and you let them, and they let you be who you are. Because that's what real love is. Love is not changing somebody else. love is Love is so many things. Love is kind, it's patient, it's understanding. It never fails. Love never fails. But sometimes people do things. They hurt us, people manipulate us, they try us, they push us to our limits. But that's the reason why we have to know who we are. Do you know yourself? Do you know what you want to do? Do you know where you're going? What is your goal right now? You got to think about those things too. And the way that I was always raised that it was selfish to think about myself. And it's not. It's not selfish to think about yourself. You got to put yourself back on the map. You got to keep loving yourself. Hey, Charlene, how are you? It's so good to see you. Yes, it's solid talk. Live and let live, but a purge is necessary too. Can't have folks just drawing from your energy. Exactly, Charlene. You can't. And I'll tell you guys, it's something that I did for a long time when I was younger. And I also think not just being young and not having knowledge and wisdom, but also because I wanted to be a people pleaser. I wanted to make people happy. So even when people did things to me that I didn't like, I didn't speak up for myself. So, whoever this message is supposed to receive, please receive it. You can be there for people, but don't allow people to disrespect you. Don't allow people to talk to you any type of way. It doesn't matter who they are. Family member on the job, take your respect back. I would say demand respect, because people only treat you the way that you allow. And that goes in the family as well, because I think a lot of times we allow family members, especially, to go too far with us. We allow them to do so many things until we get to a breaking point, and then we just explode like a volcano. How many of us have done that? We just explode because we keep allowing so many things. We allow too much instead of handling things. When somebody does something to us that hurts our feelings, do we say it? That hurt my feelings, or I didn't like that, or why did you do that to me? We have to learn to speak up for ourselves. Part of being yourself is allowing your thoughts, your opinions to be validated. And by validating it, we have to say, that's not how you're going to come at me. That's not the way you're going to talk to me. That's not the way you're going to treat me. Yeah, we get caught up in being too nice sometimes, girl. We are learning together. Yes. Boundaries. Yes. Boundaries are so important. Boundaries are so important. And I believe, I'm not saying men don't have a problem with this, but it's usually a thing that women struggle with more, because number one, we want people to accept us. We want people to be nice to us. We want to be received. And we think sometimes if we tell people how we really feel, that they won't want to be around us. But really, why would we want to be around people who don't respect us enough to to think about our feelings? It's never an occasion to be rude to people. I know that sometimes maybe the way you may come across and say things, maybe it may ruffle somebody's feathers. People may not like what you say, but it's important for you to tell people how you feel instead of always letting things go. Isn't that true? We let things slide too much. We let things slide until it's just too much, and then boom, you explode. Because most of the time when we have that explosion, it's because we're also not taking care of ourselves. We're not eating the right way. We're not getting exercise. We're not taking time to just take a moment, be by ourselves. We may not be, whatever it is, hobby that you're not doing, you're not fulfilling yourself. You're not pouring your love back into yourself. And it's so important to pour that love back into yourself, whatever it looks like for you. For me, I'm a person, I have to see the water. So that gives me my energy right back, no matter what I went through. As soon as I see the water, I feel at peace. I can take a deep breath and I feel like everything is okay. So, whatever it looks like to you, do whatever you like to do that refuels you, that recharges your batteries. And so many times we don't recharge our batteries enough. We just a little bit, maybe just enough to get just enough sleep. But what about doing some things that you like to do? Oh, thank you so much, Charlene. I had to go through that process too and let go of always wanting folks to like me. I will not live that way ever again. I have to be free and truthful to my soul. Yeah, and we have to understand that, just like Charlene said, it's a process for everybody. Some people just are naturally a person who can speak up for themselves, voice how they feel, tell people what they want, and other people may struggle. So if you're a person who is struggling, just know it's okay. And I would encourage you to write down some of the things that maybe you feel you need to work on, like telling people when you don't like the way they talk to you. It's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. Hi, Rashika. How are you? Happy Tuesday. How are you and your family? Thanks for joining me and thanks for coming to the premiere earlier today. Yeah, guys, it's about how you treat yourself. We got to remember that we train people even if you don't realize it, every single day you are training people the way you want to be treated. So if you always accept foolishness, that's why the foolishness keeps coming to you. But when you put an end to it, like, you're not going to talk to me that way, I'm not going to do that for you anymore. And another thing that I will say, stop letting people use you. Stop letting people use you. And we know sometimes that people are using us. So don't let people use you. You deserve better than that. You deserve better than that. A lot of times we lower our standards, especially when it comes to romantic relationships, because we think this is all we can get. And it's not true. You can always have somebody who is going to respect you, treat you kindly, and be able to be on a journey, whatever it is that you want in your life. Don't accept people say, oh, because I don't want to be by myself, I'm just going to accept it because nobody else will take me on. The more that you know yourself, the more that you love yourself, you're going to feed out that type of energy and the right person will come. You don't need to have people in your life just to drain from you and pull from you. You need people who are going to recharge your batteries mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. They're going to boost you up and make you a stronger person. And that's what you need. So when you can be yourself is when other people can also pull you up, because everybody needs encouragement. Everybody. Yes, you can speak your truth with love. Either they like it or they don't. You can't burden yourself with that. You can't, Charlene. You can't burden yourself with that. And I believe a lot of times we always are worried. We're always worried about what somebody else, how will they receive it? We're kind of worried to tell people what we really want to say. And most of the time, most people don't care. They're just like, okay, but we have to love ourselves enough to be able to speak our personal truth. When you do this, it's not cool with me. I don't like that. I would appreciate it if you wouldn't do that to me anymore. And then you can feel good because you spoke up for yourself. And we have to learn to speak up for ourselves and to say what we like, and we have to say what we don't like. How many times we say we like things that we really don't like just to be accepted, just for people to stick around. Don't do that. because the right people will come. Hey, Lala, it's so good to see you. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're doing great in your family. What are you up to? What is everybody in the chat up to today? Yeah, I just feel like it's so important, and I just felt compelled to come in and talk to you guys about this, of the importance of being yourself. Um, I don't know. I see so many people out there that they're just trying to be like everybody else. Like, people try to dress like everybody else. Like, be unique. Have your own sense of style. Have your own way that you like to do things. Some people will like it, some people won't. And it really doesn't matter who likes it, and it doesn't matter, who likes it. It doesn't matter who doesn't like it. As long as you are happy with yourself. And that's so important. We got to be happy with ourselves, who we are, what we're doing. And we got to stop looking and focusing on so much of our family. And especially, I will speak to those who have kids. You put so much into your children that, what do you have? Yes, important. You got to be there for your children, but you also got to be there for yourself. You got to be there for yourself, because at the end of the day, you are the one that you got to face. You got to face your own self. And you can't just keep giving to other people. So here is the definition of believing in yourself. There are answers like being trustworthy with yourself and others, or being okay with making mistakes. And I'll stop right there. You got to be honest with yourself. Sometimes you could be trying to do a job, or you could try to be around people that you don't really care for, or it's not really what you want to do and where you want to go. And you got to be trustworthy with yourself and say, this is not really what I want. And then work to change that and turn it around so that you can really have the life you want. Because at the end of the day, it's up to us to be able to have the life we want. We have to put in the work to make our life the way we want it to be. And we got to be okay with making mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect. And we got to be okay with our past, and that our past makes us into who we are today. Whatever you have been through, don't look at it like, oh, like something to bring you down. No, what you have been through is something to uplift you, to make you stronger, to make you more courageous, so that you can be who you are today. And according to Collins Dictionary, it defines believing in yourself as confidence in oneself and one's abilities. So when you are confident, when you believe in yourself, when you love yourself, it means that you are giving yourself, or you're allowing yourself, the room to use your abilities and your strengths to do whatever it is you want to do. It's up to us, according to how much potential we can use, because in our lives, we can choose to either stand still or to move forward. We can choose to move forward, or we can stay still our whole lives. Hey, Cornice, it's so good to see you. How are you doing? I hope you and your family are doing great. Thank you so much for coming to my premiere earlier. Appreciate that. Amen. Past. The past have made me who I am today. Yes, Cornice. When I was younger, I never used to believe that. I used to think that the past what was going to break me. It was going to make me feel negative. It was going to, like, I felt like I was allowing it to define who I was. So whatever I had been through, I felt like it made me not be special, or I never thought I had value because of it. Like I was tainted in some type of way, but it's not that. Whatever you have been through is something, some things that happen to us is beyond our control, and you have nothing to do with it. And especially if somebody did wrong things to us, remember, it's not you. We can't blame ourselves for what other people did to us. That's them. You gotta be okay with that. You have to let that go. You are not in control of what other people do. And I'll say it again because it's so important. You are not in control of what other people do. You can't make people do right. You can't make people love you. You can't make people support you. None of that is in our control. None of it. But what you are in control of is this right here, your mind, the way you choose to think, the things that you choose to do for yourself, the action. What is the action behind your reaction? Because sometimes people do things to us, but remember, it's up to us how we're going to choose to react to it. You can choose to have no reaction, ignore it, or you can choose to pray for people. You can choose to let things go. You can choose peace. That's one of the things that I have grown into in my maturity. I have learned that my peace of mind is not even worth, you know, giving people even a moment of my time, even a moment of my valuable thought processes. Some people are not even worth a moment to even bring down my spirit, to bring down my positive energy source, because I think that's the most important thing that I personally believe that I possess is my positivity. And we have to remember that we allow people to get under our skin. We allow people to get a rise over on us. We allow people to, do things to us, and then but you don't have to do that. They want to act stupid, let them act stupid. Make them do wrong. You don't have to be around them. You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to respond to it. As long as it's not something to harm you, don't even give it a moment of your time. Some people are not even worth a moment of our time, including some family members and including so-called friends, because people will pretend that they are your friends. Listen, they will pretend they are your friends so that they can get in your circle, and then they can just to gossip, to find out your personal private business, and then go and tell other people or stab you in your back or something like that. So be careful who you draw close to. Be careful who you share your business with. Be careful, because everybody is not really there to support you and love you. Even though you may be putting out that positive energy, even though you are putting out those positive vibes, everyone doesn't receive it back, because unfortunately, some people are wicked. Some people are evil. Some people have bad intentions, bad thinking and thoughts, that they're trying to just get near you to use you, or try to take some of your ideas and then turn it around and then make it seem like they were the one that came up with the idea. But trust me, they're not that intelligent to have your thought processes. So be careful. I'm just warning you guys, be careful of who you bring into your circle of love. That's what I call it. I call it my circle of love. I'm very, very selective about who I bring in my circle. And I will tell you guys that too. Be careful who you bring in your circle. Just because people are in your family, or just because people claim to be your friends, does not mean they are good for you. You hear that? Just because they are a friend or a family does not mean they are good for you. Okay? Don't say I didn't tell you. Okay? Don't say I didn't tell you. And you can only control your reaction. I choose to acknowledge the people in the surrounding, I think she's saying address, in the surrounding area, and then move on without negativity. Right? I understand, Cornice. Yeah, we have to learn that it's not worth our time. And we have to understand that God values us. God values us. God loves us. but we have to stop putting ourselves sometimes in bad situations. We have to stop allowing people to get to us. Remember, God, He covers us, He protects us, but we have to stop putting ourselves around certain people. We have to stop sharing. So that means stop telling people things that's in our heart and our mind. We got to be careful. We have to protect ourselves too by the decisions that we make, but also we got to stop doing wrong things. We got to stop allowing people to use us. We got to make wise decisions. We have to be wise. We got to be wise, because that's why it's important to think before you act, because you can't take it back. Once something comes out, that's the end of it. That's the end of it. Yeah. Yeah, it's true, Cornice. It's true. Yes, simple things. It is true. I've cut my circle down so much. I know, I understand simple things. And I learned that, at one point I had no friends. At one point I had no friends. I had no people, because I felt like I just needed to focus in on myself. So I cut everybody out. And only the people that came back to me with love are the people that I allowed in. If people can't come to you with love, if they can't come to you with respect, with kindness, with concern, then back up, okay? You got to back them up, push them out, delete them, block them, okay? That's important. I'm speaking from experience. Yep, sis, these are facts. It's not worth bad energy, but prayer. And you are right. Yeah. And we got to learn that we got to cover ourselves too. Yes. For those of you who are people of faith, yes, we pray and we ask for protection. We ask for love. We ask for support. But also, we have to work in line with our prayers. We have to back up what we say. We can say, God, protect me and love me and bring the right people in my life. But then if you keep allowing people who are always taking from you and pulling from you and not giving you back with love and respect and support, then do you really mean what you say? You say bring in love, but you're drawing the negativity. So we have to look at what we do and what we say. We have to reflect on that, take an evaluation, look at it. Not everybody is good. People who say they're good, not everybody who says they're good is good for us. Yeah. That's the line we use to our kids so often. Think before you act. Yeah, and listen, simple things and chat, even those who are on the replay. Once you do something, how many times do we wish we said, man, I wish I would have never did that. I wish I would have never said that. So sometimes just take a moment and say, is this really what I want to say? Is this really what I want to do? Is this really who I want to be classified as? We have to do some deep thinking, because we're people of worth. We're people of a high energy source, people who love and respect ourselves, and we keep saying that, every day we should be saying and manifesting what we want in our life. We have to say and manifest what we want. Say it and then back it up with action. Say it, back it up with action. That's so important. All about my manifestation that I know I'm evolving in. Exactly, Cornice. I think sometimes people unconsciously send out negative energy towards you. Awareness really is necessary. Yeah, exactly. You have to know, you have to really get to know who you are. You have to really get to know the people who you are around. And when you see something is off, maybe they're having a bad day. Okay. You can give a break to a bad day, talk about it. But if it's something that it becomes a habit, like a person who is a narcissist, that everything that happens, they blame it on you. They never accept any responsibility when they do things that are wrong. Pay attention. Pay attention to the narcissists, the manipulators, the users. Be aware of it, because that's how you protect yourself as well. So true. Not all you should mingle with. Yeah, not everybody. That's why even here on YouTube, there's certain places I don't even go. I don't even want to step into their chat room, because it's just no. It's just no. If you don't feel supported and loved in any space that you step into, no, no, no. Mm-mm. I'll tell you guys, life is too hard. Life is hard enough for, just to live just in the everyday. You need love. You need positive energy. You need support. You need kindness, understanding. You should feel good. If somebody's not going to cause a rise in your energy, raise your energy source, make you smile, make you feel supported, make you feel understood, make you feel like maybe sometimes if you need to vent, if that's a place where you can go and you can vent, sometimes you just need to vent and get things off your chest. And I've been doing a lot of getting things off my chest recently, and I have felt so supported, so much kindness here on YouTube. But I've also felt a lot of negativity. People have come at me in the comment section. Of course, those comments are blocked, but people will say things, but it's not about who doesn't like it. Now I'm just releasing things and letting it go so I can be my better self, so that I can show up in the world with no heavy weights on my back, on my thoughts, in my heart. I remove and I rebuke all of the negativity. I remove it. It's only love in this area right now. Yes, Cornice. Let's see what I missed. Yes. Folks will tear you to the ground after smiling in your face. Yes, Lala. And that's another thing. Listen, that's the real talk. That's what really irritates me sometimes about people, what they call people who are two-faced, manipulators, users, narcissists, all of that. Like smiling, trying to get close to you, knife behind their back. Or sometimes the knife is right in front of your face if you pay attention to all the signs. Be careful. Be careful when people try to come around you and try to get too close too fast. Careful. I had to leave a friend of mine alone. I decided I ain't Jesus. I am not here to take on the burden of the world. I ain't here to save anyone. Listen, Charlene, some people will do that. I have a few friends like that, but I have learned to put people in different categories in my life. I have people that are associates, like workmates, and they are not my friends. We associate when we're at work, and that is it. I have learned that some people are people that actually love me. There are people that are my therapy people. So it's people that I only share emotional things like anniversaries of deaths, or whatever I need to vent with. They are a therapy person. So we have to learn that there's categories of people in your life. At least I have learned that not everybody is going to be a friend. Some people it's for an association. Some people it's for therapy. Some people it's a business. Some people are mentors. So we got to learn to class people in the right class so that we don't get disappointed. Amen. I am done leaving a lot behind in this year as far as YouTube and those streets of it. Yes, I understand, Cornice. I truly understand. I had to do the same thing. Not everybody is good for us. Listen, not everybody. I have been praying that God guide me more in my decisions with everything. Yes, in everything. The Bible says to, in everything with prayer and supplication, everything. So no matter how small, no matter how big, no matter how small, even if it's the smallest thing, you want to do something that may be nothing to somebody else, but if it's a big deal to you, it should be something that you pray about with to God. Don't be afraid. Everything big and small, God knows anyways. If I see I keep giving you advice and you're not applying and coming back to me with the same issue, bye. I no longer allow that. Yeah. Yes, I know, Charlene. They want you to do the same things, the same that you keep giving the same advice. They're not doing anything. Yes, Cornice. Hey, Tiffy. It's so good to see you. Blessings to you and your family. I hope you're doing great. I really appreciate you being here. I hope you're having a good day. Yes. Yes, there is categories, Charlene. It's so many categories. And we got to understand that everybody and we have to understand also that there are seasons of relationships. Some people don't. I used to always think that when people came in your life, they were supposed to come in your life to stay. But some people come in your life to teach you something. They take you to the next level, and then that's it. That's the end. And I used to cry about that because, especially if it's somebody that you really care about, but they bring you to a certain level and that's as far as they're going to go because you have learned what you need to learn and now it's time for them to move on. So we got to understand that there are seasons of relationships. Some relationship is to bring you to heal, to strengthen you, to grow you spiritually, to something to get you back into your physical health. And then when that's done, their role has been served. So, yeah. Yes. Thank you so much, Charlene. I appreciate you so much. Yes, and be well to you as well. I know God led me here. I prayed on it. That's a blessing, Cornice. I'm so glad to hear that. You too. I am great. Good to be here. Thank you so much, Tiffy. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys. I love when you guys give me comments here in the live and in the comment section of my videos. It really encourages me. And it is so hard sometimes to be the bigger person. Yes, it is so hard to be the biggest person. How many of y'all like me like to be petty? Sometimes I want to be petty. I want to get back at people, but what God has for them in the future, we have to allow God to be God and let Him fix things because He knows the whole situation and He knows how to make things right. That we want to get our revenge, we want to get back at people, but it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. So don't even put forth all that energy. Amen. It can be heartbreaking to move on, but God has better for you. Yes, Tiffy. Yeah, and I'm going through something like that right now. It's heartbreaking when you got to move on, but you know, the right people are going to be in your life. And if they're not in your life, it's for a reason. And we have to understand that because sometimes we try to go back to people who aren't good for us. You know, God has removed that person from your life because they're not good for you or because He has better for you. So we have to believe that when things are working a certain way, it's because you got something better coming for you. There's something you need to learn, something. So don't be sad when people are moved from your life. Don't be sad because things didn't work out. There may be something better for you. That person may not be good for you. That person may be toxic and he's trying to remove that person from your life. And that's a blessing. You don't want the wrong people in your life. You want the right people in your life. That's what you need, and that's what you deserve, because we deserve the best. He will replace that relationship with someone who is on the same level or higher that you, or higher that than you, to help you to grow. Yes. Yes, Tiffy, I agree. And I think sometimes we feel when that person has been removed from our life that we'll never, it'll never work out. It will never be the way we want it to be, but it's not true. So we have to learn that our patience is not God's patience. God's patience is He wants to cover us with the right people, with the right things, with the things that is going to benefit us, that's going to bless us, that's going to make us multiply and make us feel good and loved and respected and supported. And maybe that person can't give that to us. And if that's what you need and that's what you deserve, then that's why they've been pushed, pulled, that door has been closed. So don't try to go after that and try to receive it back again. You know, when God blocks something, it's for a reason. And when you've been blessed, is for a reason. And sometimes that blessing is removing certain people from our lives. That's a blessing a lot of times, but we don't understand it sometimes at the time. Yes. I think I read that one. When I was younger, you bite me, I'm going to bite you harder. But now learning to bite my lip, that is hard. Yeah, it is hard to bite your lip sometimes, but it shows your maturity too, because some things is just don't do the what they call tit for tat. If somebody does something wrong and you do something wrong, do you really want to be identified with that? You don't. You want to keep growing. You want to keep, you want to be better. You want to improve. You want to become wiser, and you want to grow everything in your life. You want to grow your finances. You want to grow emotionally and spiritually. And in that, you got to let certain people go so that the right people can come in, so that the right finances can work, so that we can have the right circle of people to be around. So, yeah, that's important. It's a blessing when some people leave, and you may not get that at the time, but it is a blessing. Facts, sis. You can't, because then you become those people. Yeah, and you don't want to be classified with certain people. You don't. So sometimes that's why people leave from our lives. They drop off, including family, because they may be going through a situation, or maybe they may not be able to give you what you deserve at the time. So don't be upset when people drop off from your life. They may have to deal with something, and maybe it's more than you need in your life. Maybe it's a burden. Maybe it's going to make you feel down or distraught. So the right people will be in your life. The right people will uplift you, bless you, pray for you, strengthen you, support you, love you, respect you. And if they don't, hmm, time to reevaluate if they really are a friend. We have to reevaluate at times. Yes. Amen. We have to reevaluate so many times. He has to refine you to make you more like him, separating the wheat from the tares. Yes. I understand, Tiffy. And it's not, I'll tell you guys, sometimes you don't want to be better. Sometimes you feel like just being petty, or sometimes you just want to get back at people, or sometimes you don't want things to change, because sometimes we get comfortable in our situation, or you get comfortable in a job or with certain people in our lives, and then when they get removed from our life, we feel like, now what's next? But what's next is going to be better than before, or it's going to be what you need or what you deserve. So never forget that. And yeah, and keep your head up. And remember, guys, to be yourself, because that is always in season. It's always going to make you feel good when you're being your true and authentic self. You're being wise, you're being smart, you're using your finances the right way. You're not letting people use you. You don't let people disrespect you. Remember that you're worthy, you are deserving of all the blessings, of all the honor. You're deserving of all of it. When you show up every day, you are somebody. And if somebody cannot see your value and your worth, they don't deserve you. Before, I used to think that it was me. Maybe I didn't deserve to be around them, but it's vice versa. No, they don't deserve you, especially when you're a person high value, high energy, high spirits. You're going someplace, you have a lot of wisdom. Sometimes when people see that, they can't handle it. They can't handle that because you're too strong. You know yourself too well, and they can't manipulate you. They can't use you. So let those people drop off and let the right people come in. Drop off the negatives and embrace the positive. Remember, sometimes we forget to embrace the people who are loving us. We're putting so much energy into people who don't, or people who can't, that we forget the people right now who are loving us, the people right now who are caring for us, the people right now who are respecting us, the people who right now deserve our time. Remember, time is a valuable commodity, it's valuable. So use your time on quality people, not quantity. It's not about how much people you reach, but it's about reaching the right people. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Just wanted to pop up for a little bit, encourage you guys, see how you guys are doing, check in on you guys, send out positive energy, and let you guys know, keep your head up, keep encouraged, stay positive. No matter who is supporting you, support and love yourself, respect yourself, make wise decisions, think before you speak. Yeah. And be your true and authentic self. That's very important. Remember who you are, and remember who loves and covers you. I'm Marlene, and I am the content creator for Living Your Best Life. And I thank you guys so much for coming to today's live stream. Those who were here in the live and those who watched on the replay, I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you got encouragement. I hope you feel supported and you feel loved, because you are. I'll see you guys on the next video, live stream, or topic. And on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be back for another Sunday talk show. And on Thursday, it's going to be part 2 of the Sarasota vlog. I'll see you guys on the next one. I thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate you guys. And like I said, every single video, story time, live stream, just know it. Just breathe it and be it and live your best life. See you guys.